are a woman and you have a vagina, then this video is for you. If you are a woman and you have a vagina, then this video is for you. If you are not a woman and you do not have a vagina, then this video is not for you. You have been warned, okay? You have been warned. So, I'm just gonna get into my little rant and my little spiel about having a vagina. Okay, back to my video. Like I said, you have been warned. If you are... Why the airplane won't come when I just decide to start back talking? Anyways, like I said, you have been warned. If you are not a woman, please get off this video. I'm not going to say it again. And if you comment, you're going to get blocked because you don't have a vagina. So you shouldn't even have any input on this conversation. Right? I don't know. But anyways, let's start with the most obvious. How a vagina looks. Vaginas come in all different sizes and shapes. Some people have a big vagina, like it's fat. Some people have a small vagina. Some people have... I don't know how to describe vaginas because I only have one vagina. So I can only talk about my vagina. But what I will say is, my Aunt Lillian, when I was younger, she said people either have a pea shell or a conch shell. So a pea shell is like one of the more like flat vaginas, and then like a conch shell would be like somebody who have like a moose knuckle, like a really like fat vagina. And when I say like fat, I mean like the part that you could see that's like camel toe. So pea shells are more like smaller vaginas looking, and then conch shells are more like bigger looking. That's how I learned about vagina shapes as a young West Indian Caribbean girl. You either have a pea shell or a conch shell. But no, seriously, like vaginas come in all sizes, shapes, and forms. And by the way, there is this Reddit forum that I'm in called Healthy Hoo-Has, and they have everything about vaginas. And in the forum, somebody had posted, she was just saying like her vagina looks weird, and you know, they were just trying to explain to her like, you know what, your vagina is normal and vaginas come in all different sizes and shapes. So they put this link to this like I don't know what to call it, like it was not an article, but it was very, very informative because it showed the various vaginas. Someone put a little scroll through of it right here, and I'm also going to leave it in the link below so that you yourself can read it if you are feeling conscious about how your vagina looks. Like, your vagina looks how it looks. It is yours. It is your one and only precious pearl, so you gotta love it and accept it, okay? But I say that to say that vaginas just look different, okay? Of course, there are what people put in pornography as the accepted type of vagina, but to be honest, it doesn't even matter because, yeah. Back to what I was saying. Vaginas come in all shapes, sizes, and forms, okay? And across different races, they may have like, they may look a certain way. I don't know, because I'm a black girl, so I'm not sure how a Caucasian vagina may look, or how someone who may be Chinese, or you know. But the reason why I say that is like, for my vagina at least, you know, like how your hair grows. Hair can grow differently for everybody. Some people's hair could be blonde, some people's hair could be thin, some people's hair could be thick. Like, vaginas just look different, okay? And I just want you to don't try to be too self-conscious about how your vagina look. Once your vagina is clean and does what she's supposed to do, that is all that matters, okay? And if anybody tries to come for you in how your vagina looks, you can respectfully tell them your mother. That might not be nice to say, but it's just like, why are you coming for something that I can't control, my love? I can't control how the hell I came here looking. Like, I decided to get all of this. I mean, I don't think I consciously decided for my vagina to look like this, but it's like that, and that's what I'm working with. So either you accept it or not. But yes, I'm gonna put the Reddit forum because it was so informative. and join that Reddit group, y'all. They have so much things. Like, you can search anything. If you have an infection, if you think you might have an STD, if you have a dish, like, oh yeah, so just join that Reddit group. To the next topic, how they smell. So they look however they look. They come in all types of shapes and form. And let's go to the smells. So smell is gonna take us to so much subcategories, because we got discharge, we got periods, we got ovulations. Vaginas have various smells, okay? Let's just be honest. Let's be real. Like, your vagina has various smells. Sometimes, well, most times, you know, my vagina has its natural flora smell. And when I say flora, I mean like how it naturally smells. Not that it smells floral, but it has its natural smell that doesn't necessarily smell like anything. But when it is off and it smells like, what the fuck is this? It's like an interesting smell. And sometimes that smell could come from your pH balance being thrown off. And if you know, you know, anything can throw off your pH balance. Like anything. I remember there was a time when I was working at the shop and we didn't have any more toilet paper. So I decided to go downstairs at the Arab store and buy a toilet paper. So as I was wiping, I realized that the toilet paper was scented. I don't even know why they felt the need to create scented toilet papers. But anyways, child, that was the worst mistake ever. Like, that scented toilet paper, I reacted so badly to it that it changed the way how my vagina smelled for a certain time, because it was thrown off. So I say that to say that anything can throw off your pH balance. What you eat, if you're not drinking enough water, if you're drinking or eating foods that have very like strong scent. Like, I know people could say that like asparagus has strong scents, or onions or garlic, you know, like what sometimes the food that you eat can make your vagina smell like the food you ate. You know what I'm saying? Or, of course, we know the most obvious thing that can throw off your vagina is a man. Sometimes he may not agree with you and he could just throw your whole scent off. We know that cum in the vagina, sometimes the cum is just too strong. It's just too strong. And it literally could throw off your whole scent. And now you, as the vagina owner, gotta do what you gotta do to get her back in order, to get your kingdom back in order. Even having your period, I don't care what nobody say, blood fucking stinks. Being on your period, I just feel like the blood that just have this like, not the most sexiest smell, okay? Like, it just doesn't. And I understand the blood is there because it needs to come out and do what it needs to do, whatever. But I'm just saying that the natural parts of our body, like us having a period, can throw off our scent and our pH balance. Having sex can throw off your pH balance. Going to the pool or the beach and staying in those wet clothes for a certain amount of times can throw off your pH balance. Like, there's just so much reasons as to why a pH balance can be thrown off. Literally, it's fucking insane. It's actually ridiculous if you ask me. It's fucking annoying, okay? Like I said, this is just my little rant about having a vagina, okay? But yeah, it could just be thrown off for just various sorts of reasons. Even the soap that you use. Imagine that. The soap that you use to clean yourself is actually doing the opposite. It's making you smell a fucking way. Like, So I'm just making this video because I just want to shed light and just have grace for yourself, because it is a learning thing. You are learning as you go. You don't just come here and know everything. Sometimes you do something and you learn, well, this is not for me. Would not be doing that again, or would not be using that again. So yes, we talked about how it looked. We talked about how it smelled. It just smells different ways. Let's talk about Well, we talked about the period. I'm not gonna, okay, let's dive into the period. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I don't have too much to say on this topic because, as some people may call me, I'm God's favorite. I don't get cramps. I'm not gonna lie. I do not get any cramps, but, okay, but, sometimes I get these friggin' huge, ridiculous, hard pimples full of pus. Like, sometimes it would be this big bump hair, just big out of the blue. Just, yeah, I would get those sometimes. But I would try to not pick at it because it goes away when my cycle is done. But for those of you who do get cramps, I want you to comment down below like your experience and what you guys have done to help you with your cramps. Because I don't have any advice on that because I don't really get any. Sorry. And also my period could be a bit like light, like medium to light. It's not really heavy. But let's talk about that topic some more. In addition to having a vagina, we have periods that come every single month. Some people periods are so painful that they can't go to work, or it just makes them hard. It just makes it very difficult for them to do everyday tasks. If you are one of those people, you have my deepest sympathies because, you know, having pain within your body that you can't necessarily do anything about besides just go through it. I know how it feels because sometimes I get headaches, but of course it's not equivalent to that. I'm just saying that I know it could be just very gruesome and treacherous. So you have my sympathies. But I just want to shed light that we have a period every month. And in addition to that, some kids are getting their period way earlier than what used to be the norm. Some kids are getting their period at like 9 and 8. Before it would be like around the age of like 12. So it's just kind of like interesting. But we have these periods that you go through on a monthly basis. Periods can come with so many different things. The blood could be different ways. It could be really big blood clots. Like, it's just so much. Okay, like, whew, that's like a mouthful. Yeah. Next, I want to talk about ovulation. So before you get your period, you ovulate. And you know, ovulating is usually baby making time. So if you're having sex when you're ovulating, my love, especially if you don't want to have kids, I would love for you to be very careful and thread very lightly. Okay? But let's just talk about ovulation. Like, imagine you at work. I just braid. I'm a braider. Imagine I'm at work braiding somebody's hair. And I'm just feeling this thing come through my body in my panty. This just wetness. This just unprovoked, uncalled for wetness. It's just there. Okay, your whole underwear is soaked. Like, I mean, thank you, vagina. You're doing what you're supposed to do. And I appreciate the fact that you are working. Like, yes, but sometimes in certain instances, ovulating could be very annoying. You're in a meeting or you're doing something and this wetness is just gushing from you. You have to look around to make sure that it's not blood, and you have to wonder like, yo, is everything okay there? Like, yeah. I appreciate my body for regulating itself, but sometimes ovulating could just be a bit too much for me. And child, yeah. When you're ovulating, wear a panty. I don't like to wear any panties, but I'm just saying sometimes I have to put on a panty because you just walking around the house just dripping. Like, no, man. And of course, the wetness is, you know, so that you could be able to just, yeah, I don't talk about that. But I'm just saying, ovulating is just one of those phenomenons that we can't necessarily control that comes from our vagina. Also, there's just so much conflicting information about the vagina. What the vagina needs from what it doesn't need, the type of products we should use from what we shouldn't use. Like, it's just so much that it could be overwhelming actually. There are people saying on one hand, don't douche, don't use this, don't use scented products, don't use this. But then on the other hand, you are going into the grocery store and you're still seeing companies sell douches and scented products. Which one is it? You know what I'm saying? How can the doctors and people of the medical field tell us not to use these stuff, but in the same breath, there are companies and brands selling those same stuff we're not supposed to be using? That's suspicious. That's weird if you ask me. And then there's like Western medicine, and then there's like holistic medicine. So then Western medicine would say don't do this, and then holistic medicine is like, yeah, you actually can do this. I'm just saying that, like, sometimes it's just, you just don't know who to trust, yo. Like, who do I trust? Like, you guys are saying opposite things, and honestly, I just want an answer. I just want a straight answer, and I just want to know what to do, because I want to feel better and do better and be better for myself and for my vagina. And honestly, I can't do that with all this conflicted information. So sis, I feel you. I feel whenever sometimes you have a problem, you Google your symptoms, or you just read up on stuff, that sometimes it could be confusing, because you thinking that you can't do this, but then you could do this. It's a lot, yo. Like, it's a lot. Let me see if there's anything else in my phone that I wrote down about vaginas that I want to talk about. Oh, this is the last thing, I think. Let's talk about infections. No, let's talk about it. Let's for real. Yeast infection or BV? If you had to choose between the two, would you choose a yeast infection or would you choose BV? Now, I know the answer is I would choose none. But baby, if I had to choose, give me the itch. Bitch, I would not want to stink. BV is fucking stink. That thing is stank. I would... BV is horrendous. Like, having BV, that fucking... I don't mean to curse, but it is stink, okay? So I would rather have a little itch than to fucking stink like BB. She is out of control. BB, but no, seriously. Having a vagina comes with implications. Like, some people really do get yeast infections and BV, and I've had both, and it could really mentally with you. Like, it makes you become self-conscious. It'll make you question yourself. Like, you know, especially if you know you are a clean person and you know you are attentive to your health, getting these things can make you just a bit self-conscious. So I just want to tell you, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Go and see a gynecologist and get it sorted out. But I know how stressful and annoying it can be when these stuff just keeps coming. Like, no matter what you do, it just keeps coming. Like, stop. Like, I know how annoying it could be. Like, first of all, having a yeast infection and having this fucking itch that just don't want to stop is annoying, because you don't want to be out in public looking like a weird ass woman just fucking scratching your vagina. Like, you just scratching it, you know? And then on the other hand, you don't want to just be out here just this stink woof. You know what I'm saying? This stink ass smell. And I'm just saying, if you have BV and you're just fighting with this smell, girl, just put in a tampon. Because that way the tampon can soak up the discharge. Because if you just let the discharge flow, yeah. Someone's calling, but I can't talk right now. Wait, hold on. But yeah, guys, sorry, I had to talk to my grandfather. I couldn't decline his call. But no, seriously, like, having infections is something that could come with the risk of having a vagina. Like, and you could get an infection from having sex. You could get an infection from the clothes that you wear, the products that you use. There's just so much reasons that doesn't have to be sexual that you can get an infection. But the fastest way to get one surely is the motherfucking men. I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, you can get one when you are sexually active. Especially if you're not using protection, or even if you are using protection, like the protection that you're using could irritate you. Like, guys, there's I think I'm gonna end the video because it's like almost to 20 minutes. But if you are a lady and you stuck to the end of this video, please comment down below, because I know I cannot be the only person that I just have these thoughts. And I know I'm not, because when I talk to my clients, we really be getting into it, and I love that for us, because we could just be transparent about like vaginas, because but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want me to talk about more topics like this that may be considered taboo, but it's actually conversations that need to be had, or a space that needs to be had, so that people could just express themselves freely and not feel so judged, then let me know down below. Comment which part of the video you could relate more to. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. See you in my next video. Ciao.